All right, I'm excited to be watching Queen of the Board play today. This is actually a really unique thing and a really cool thing because it's not often we have somebody in the content creation space that creates fantastic videos, absolutely fantastic videos, and is kind of learning how to play the game as they go through the process. So it allows us a really unique thing in the sense that we can watch some of the rules mistakes and we can talk about the rules mistakes. And this is going to help out a lot of people overall because, well, rules mistakes, watching other people do them and then getting them fixed helps us all out. So I'm going to go through this video and I'm going to watch Tracy play here. And then whatever ones I'm sure I'll miss some rules because we all miss rules. But any ones I see, I'll just point it out. I will say right off the bat, she's doing Spider-Woman and Sandman, which Spider-Woman's a tough hero to deck build for, so I'm assuming she's going to use the precon, but it's a tough hero to deck build for. It's also, her mechanic is kind of weird, so it'll be interesting to see if Tracy gets it right off the bat, because I didn't. I played her wrong for like 6 months. And Sandman with indirect damage is really weird too, so that'll also be cool to see how she handles it and if she does it right or not. So let's jump into this.
Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from
Hi,
Queen of the
Tracy.
Board, and today I'm going to have another go at Marvel Champions. I'm
Good.
going to be playing as the hero Spider-Woman up against the Sandman. Come and join me. So this definitely is not a rules teach. I'm still learning the game. Please
That's
let
all
me
right.
know in the
We'll fix it for
comments
you.
if I make mistakes, and turn on the Klingon captions because I'll add in as I figure out all the things that I got wrong. Let's take a look at our setup. We have Sandman level 1. I'm playing with the standard encounter mixed in with Down to Earth. Let's see how that works out for me. Sandman is coming in.
Hopefully, also you have City of Chaos in there as well. This is one of the weird ones too. You can see on 1A. Will my mouse show up? Oh, it will. Okay, so it's one of the weird ones that's like the Sandman deck, but it's also City and Chaos. This stuff throws me off a lot because I always just look directly to here. We'll see if she got it right or not, but that's always like a weird thing to keep an eye out for because like I think it's Taskmaster. I forget all the time too with that. So
with a health of 16, 1 scheme, 2 attack, and he has criminal keyword, Sandblast, Forced Interrupt. When Sandman attacks you, that attack deals indirect damage.
get ready to learn it.
If your
It's fun.
identity takes any amount of damage from that attack, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets. If we take a look at our main scheme, we find hapless pedestrians. And for setup, search the encounter deck for the city streets environment and put it into play. Place 4 sand counters on it. Here is city streets. It is a location.
Okay, cool.
I'm just using my own counters here.
We gotta get her
and
some
the
tokens.
Surging Sands ability will add a sand counter and then discard cards from the top of the encounter deck equal to the number of sand counters here. So that's going to burn through this deck.
So it's fun, like before she gets into it, it'll be interesting to see if she does the strategy because like usually with Sandman, you want to like quickly run and get rid of not get rid of city streets, but get it down as low as possible and then like kind of go into the rest of the game. So it'll be interesting to see if she does that.
For a hero action, I can exhaust a character I control and remove sand counters from here equal to that character's attack. So that's going to be something else that I need to manage. Let's flip this over and we can see the front of the main scheme. So I need to put out 2 threat to begin with. Sandman floods the city streets with rushing sands, putting innocent bystanders in great danger. There's a forced response. After an acceleration token is placed on this scheme, deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. Here is the indirect damage in the rulebook. And my hero today is Spider-Woman.
Oh, no, that's fine.
But we will be starting off in our alter ego, Jessica Drew. And she's a double agent, so for the first time I'm playing with a character that has 2 different aspects. Justice. She's playing with aggression and justice. Once per round as Jessica Drew, I can take an action to look at the top card of any deck, so I can actually see what's coming out of the encounter deck, so that's pretty cool.
Or your deck, but yep.
Let's draw up to our hand size. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have my 11 hit points ready to go here. We find Skilled Investigator, Clear the Area,
Good card.
Inconspicuous,
Good
a
card.
Venom Blast, another Inconspicuous, and Combat Training. So I like this one. I like Venom Blast. And I like...
It's always fascinating to see what cards people pick out based off of like what their strategy is going into it and then what they're planning to do. It's always fascinates me because I play so differently than most people.
Combat Training. So I'm going to mulligan these 3 and pop them into my discard pile. Drawing 3 more cards. We find Captain Marvel, Contaminant Immunity, and Jessica Drew's Apartment. Well, the first thing I'm going to do, I think, is look at the top card of any deck. It's an action. It doesn't say I need to exhaust, so I think
Correct.
I just get to have a look. And so Sand Clone will be coming out likely as a boost. I'm just going to leave it
0
turned
boost card
up so I remember. There's no boost on this card. So I think the first thing I will do is spend Contaminant Immunity for 1 and use Clear the Area as a hero action. Because I'm now flipping.
Yeah, you gotta flip up.
I get to remove 2 threat from a scheme, and if this removes the last threat on that scheme, draw a card. It does.
Yep. Good play.
So I get to draw a card. And it's worth noting that for Spider-Woman, when I play an aspect card, Spider-Woman gets +1 to thwart, attack, and defense until the end of the round. So I'm going to use these.
This was a thing I got wrong all the time because she played a Justice card, and for whatever reason, I thought, oh, Justice just adds +1 to the thwart, not +1 to all the stat lines. So it's good that she caught that right away. That like because she can properly read cards, that she caught it right away, and that it is +1 to all those stats. Now if she does the aggression card, it'd be another +1, so it's gonna be a 3/3/3 stat line, and Spider-Woman can get nuts.
2 to pay for Combat Training upgrade. That's
so that's
going
3/3/3
to
here.
add 1 attack to Spider-Woman.
3/4/3.
I'm then going to exhaust Spider-Woman. I'm using tokens to remind me. And then I'm going to do an attack. So she's going to have 1, 2, 3 attack total. And I'm going to take...
Wait, 1. Combat Training would add another 1. So that's 2. Combat Training being an aggression card would be 3, plus her Justice card would be 4. So she actually has 4.
Take these 3. And I think I'm going to
It's a tough rule to get. I got wrong all the time.
Marvel, ready Spider-Woman, and draw back up to my hand size of 5.
Okay. And she still has now 3 defense as well from the aspect cards. So if she chooses to defend.
Interrogation Room, a Venom Blast, and Heroic Intuition. Over to the villains. So I'm going to place out 1 threat marker. I'm in hero form. So Sandman attacks me for 2. I can choose to defend. We know that Sand Clone is going to be one of the boost cards. And so I think I'm just going to take the damage. So that's my boost. I take 2 damage, going down to 9.
Technically indirect, but it works the same in this situation, so that's fine.
When Sandman attacks you, it's indirect damage, but I don't have anyone else out. Resolve the Surging Sands ability, which means I place a sand counter on here.
Yep.
And I have to discard from the encounter deck now 2 cards.
Yep, perfect.
I haven't played this one before, so
nope, absolutely perfect.
Me. Next is my encounter card.
Ugh,
I find
schemes.
Treachery, the villain schemes.
Card's nightmare
That's
fuel.
not too bad at the beginning. He's going to scheme for 1 plus a boost again, though.
Low.
He's scheming for 2.
Okay.
So we are at 3. And so this time I'm going to use Spider-Man and Interrogation Room to pay for Heroic Intuition.
So now her stat line's 2/2/2.
That is an aspect card, so it's going to give me a boost of 1 to everything, plus it gives me +1 thought permanently.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, it'd be 3, 3,
Fortunately, I
2
can't
because for
afford
the
these cards,
other
and I
things.
do want to keep them. I like those. So I will exhaust Spider-Woman, and I'm going to this time thwart. So I'm thwarting for 3, removing
Good.
all of these threat tokens. I'm
Good job.
going to stay in Spider-Woman form, I think.
Okay.
We will
I would
ready
also discard one of those Venom
everyone
Blasts because
and
you
deal
probably can't play
backwards to my
both, but
5.
that's all right. I don't know if the precon has doubles or not.
Self-propelled glide.
Can't remember. Oh, it does. There we go. Answer solved.
Energy. And finesse.
Good card.
I add a threat. Sandman is going to attack me for 2 with the boost. I'm not going to defend.
Okay.
It is an ability, reveal this card. So I think that means the top happens.
Yep.
Attached to Sandman, a forced interrupt. When you would deal any amount of damage to Sandman, discard sand form instead. And then, then Surging Sands happens. So I'll
Terrible
put this
card.
underneath.
Super annoying.
And he did attack me, so we will place one more on here.
Yep.
And I have to discard 3 cards.
Perfect.
Not liking that.
Yeah, he's going to fly through his deck.
Encounter. I find a treachery sand slide.
Oof.
When revealed, place 2 sand counters on city streets. Then resolve its Surging Sands ability. Oh my goodness.
This is a rough one. This is a really rough go.
So I think again, I have to put another 1, and now I'm doing 6. 1.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always weird because people forget that you have to place the 1 doing the Surging Sands. They think they placed the 2 and then they're good. But
this way, I am stunned.
it's a good one. Yeah, there's a Sandman
Down
one
to
in
Earth,
there.
Sandman. There you go. Okay. I am stunned.
Oh.
Stunned.
Other way.
Boo!
Don't mix up your cards.
So I will exhaust
she fixed it.
Spider-Woman to attack to get rid of the stunned.
Interesting.
I'm
Okay.
going to use my energy to pay for finesse, which will generate resources for aspect cards. I'm then going to exhaust finesse to play Venom Blast to deal 5 damage to an enemy. And I will use Self-Propelled Glide. I like this card, but I need to use that to complete payment.
Okay. All right. Just making
And
sure
I
she
get
did
to
that. Yeah,
deal
she's good.
5 damage to an enemy. I actually think I might have to do something about these city streets. So we'll just take 5 off.
So you can't do that because you have to exhaust the character you
keep this
control
Venom
to do that.
Blast.
It's not just dealing an attack.
And
But that's
1,
all right.
2, 3, 4.
Just to look at it. So really quick, the hero action, I have to read it, is exhaust a character you control to remove sand counters from here equal to that character's attack. So she wouldn't be able to do the attack there, but I get what the thought process was because you're like, that's an attack, so I should be able to do that. But you have to exhaust to do that. So, and the stat line, again, she'd be now having +1 to everything because she did play an aspect card. So,
For readying my cards, I find another heroic intuition, a clear the area event,
clear the area would be good.
finesse,
Another finesse is good.
and another clear the area event. And before the end of my turn, I am flipping to Jessica Drew. Sorry, I know that was out of order. We move to
She should get 1 more card.
here.
Just because you draw up to now 6 on the altar. I mean, I do this all the time too. Like I like as I'm drawing, I'm like, oh shoot, I meant to do that, but like I'll draw the full 6. But anyway, she forgets 1 card, so she's handicapping herself here.
And 1 scheme from Sandman. Then the boost.
0.
No boost on the scheme. Then my encounter card.
Should do that all together, keep it organized, but that's all right.
Treachery.
Oh, resolve Surging Sands
Alter
ability.
Ego, resolve the Surging Sands ability
Oh,
on
no.
the city streets, and
So
this
bad.
card gains Surge.
That's
This is
terrible.
horrible.
That's really
Place
bad.
a counter. Discard 2 cards. And my Surge. I find
Wait. I have to go back and look at that really quick. Was it
no
place a
boost on the
counter and then
scheme.
do city streets?
Then my encounter card. Sand.
Resolve this. Oh, just resolve this. Okay, I didn't know if it was place a
Smash.
counter and then resolve
Treachery.
Surging Sands, but she did fine. She did right.
Alter Ego, resolve the Surging Sands ability on city streets,
Such
and
bad
this
luck.
card gains Surge. Oh, this is horrible. Place a counter. Discard 2 cards. And my search, I find a common criminal. Health of 3. That's our first minion.
That card also surges?
Also has surge.
Okay, good.
And that was revealed, I believe.
Yep.
So,
Good old surge strain.
Sandstorm, Treachery.
Oof,
When
indirect damage.
revealed,
Okay.
deal indirect damage among players where X is equal to the number of sand counters on the city
So
streets.
2. Okay.
Okay, so I'm taking 2 damage.
And again, just to clarify, because this hasn't happened yet, maybe it will later in the video. If she had an ally out there that had like a couple of life, she could deal some of that damage to the ally, some to herself. That's kind of how indirect damage works, right? You can allocate the damage, but all damage must be allocated. So if she had a ally out there with 4 life and she has however much life, she could put both of those 2 onto that 4 ally, or she could put 1 on the ally, 1 on herself, whatever she wants to do. Now, if that ally only had 1 health remaining and you were taking 2 indirect damage, it would be the max that ally could take as 1, and then you'd have to assign the other one somewhere else. Just, she might get into it later, but figure might as well bring it up now.
And then it's back over to me. That was rough.
That was
I'm
rough.
going to exhaust finesse to pay for clear the area, which
Have to
will
be hero
remove
side first.
2 threat from a scheme.
This isn't that big of a deal,
So
but
I'm going to flip.
flip first,
I
then do
should
that
have
thing.
flipped already to
Yeah,
use
she's
my
got it.
hero
She's good.
resource. Sorry about that.
All good. I do it all the time.
Right. Then I'm going to attack. I have 2 attack.
So she actually has
And
3
I'm gonna
now because she played
discard
clear the
sand
area.
form, and then I have to resolve Surging Sands. So
Which
another
doesn't
one
really
goes
matter. It works out
on,
the
and
same
I have
then.
to discard 3 cards. This is bad.
It's rough. It stinks.
Yikes. I'm going to use these 2 to pay for Venom Blast.
Okay.
And deal 5 damage to an enemy. And I'm putting this right on Sandman.
Okay.
So he's
Solid.
finally going down to 11.
Her stat line now is +1 higher all the way down.
And then I'm going to discard the Clear the Area.
Yeah, probably smart.
I do ready these cards, and I'm pulling up to 5 cards. I find combat training.
This is the problem with the pre-cons. You don't need all
Strength.
these combat trainings and these heroic, like the extra ones.
Attack team.
You just need 1 of each one, but I think there's
Press the
3.
advantage.
Also, press the advantage is a
And
weird card for this deck
interrogation
right now. Like, especially early on. I mean, it's a good card, but it's just
One
tough to
threat
play
goes
early
on
on.
the scheme. Sandman attacks me for 2. And I'm not going to defend. So
Okay,
it's 2
3.
plus 1. I take 3 damage.
Oof.
I'm going down to 4.
Mm-hmm.
Because he attacked me, I place 1 sand on here, and then I'm discarding 4. Boom.
All
1.
right. That's rough. That's rough to get this early on.
Unfortunately, I'm going to have an extra threat, I believe.
Yep. So
And
acceleration
I still have to
icon.
discard the 3
So
remaining.
you don't actually. So the way the rules work now, I believe they changed this, is that when you're discarding, if the deck runs out, then you're good. You're done. You don't have to do it anymore. This was a rule change, I think, a little while ago. So whatever got discarded, you're good. You're done. She already did what she had to do. So just make it a little harder for herself.
And common criminal will also.
The other thing is, so the force response in the main scheme says after an acceleration token is placed, that was just placed on there, you would deal 3 indirect damage to the first player. So she'd also have to take 3 indirect damage right now.
Attack me for 1, so I'm going down to 3.
Technically, she lost right now.
Back
That's
over
all right.
to me.
That's all right.
I'm
More
going
playing
to
as more
exhaust
rules.
finesse and spend strength in hero form for a hero resource to put out attack team.
Okay.
That gets 3 attack counters. That boosts my abilities here to 3 attack. I'm going to use press the advantage to
And 3
pay
thwart.
for interrogation room.
I never used
I'm then going
interrogation
to
room.
flip
After you defeat a
over
minion.
to
Oh, okay.
Jessica Drew.
Go.
Use alter ego action and spend a resource to deal 3 damage.
Good. Smart move.
Common criminal. Defeating this one, and I can either draw a card or remove 3 threat from a side scheme.
Well, there's no
Now,
side scheme.
I don't have any threat, so I will take a card. Ooh, it's a
Just play
0
that.
cost
Okay,
upgrade.
cool.
So I will put that out. It's nice to get a free card.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm going to exhaust
Heal.
Tack Team
Okay.
to
It is
take
an
a
action,
counter
so you could
off,
do
and I
this.
can do 2 damage to an enemy. So we'll bring Sandman down to 9.
Okay.
And I'm going to exhaust Jessica Drew and heal 3 health up to 6.
Solid.
Refreshing everyone. Oh, and that was a minion. So after you defeat a minion, exhaust interrogation room and remove
Oh,
one
that's a
threat
good
from the
catch.
scheme.
See, I never even play that card, so I don't even know the wording on it.
That was exhausted, and then I pull all of these off. I draw up
That's the toughness with this. There's so many cards out there. So many things do different things.
Find a piercing strike.
Okay.
Press the advantage. Tack team. A genius.
Okay.
Pheromones.
Great card. Hopefully she plays it.
And another piercing strike.
Please play pheromones. Please play it.
Now I
Gonna will this
that
into
I
existence.
can't play out 2 cards that have the same name. I might be remembering this from a different game. I couldn't find it in the rule book though. So if you guys know, could you let me know in the comments?
It depends on what it is. So, for example, like finesse that's out there, right? She could play this or she could play another finesse, right? That's allowed. For heroic intuition, it says play under any player's control, max 1 per player. So you can only have one of those cards out there. She doesn't have it now, but there's some cards that have like the little diamond, like you can see on Sandman. There can only be one of those cards in your deck, so thus you can only play one, right? So like interrogation room says 1 per player, so I'm not 100% sure which one she's looking at yet. It might be tag team she's looking at. So tag team is completely fine, right? It doesn't have a diamond thing. It doesn't have like a max per whatever thing. So you're good to go. So she'd be able to put another one in if she wanted to.
So I don't think, for example, I can have 2 tag teams in play at the same time. Please let me know. That's how I'm playing it right now. So it is over to the bad guy. I put 2 threat on thanks to this counter. 1 additional scheme from Sandman plus the boost of 2.
3.
Oh my goodness, that gets us up to 6.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Pheromones, paying for it with Genius in order to stun.
She never did her encounter card, right? Yeah. So okay. So she didn't do her bad card, right? Unless I missed something because I was talking a lot. But yeah, I don't think she did a bad card. We all forget it. It's all right.
And confuse.
But happy she did pheromones.
A little bit of time.
Also, that is
to my hero side.
Really quick.
So I'm going to spend 1 resource.
Why is this not rich?
A little bit of time.
It is
flipping play pheromone.
It is a hero action, so she has to be flipped up first. Sorry that took so long. She has to be flipped up first in order to do that, but I'm sure she's going to do that in a second.
Paying for it with Genius in order to stun and confuse Sandman.
But that's the right card to play.
A little bit of time. I'm flipping to my hero side.
Should have done that first, but
spend
it all averages out the same.
1 resource from Finesse to play Press the Advantage, which will deal 2 damage to an enemy. And I'm going to put that on Sandman.
Okay.
Bringing him down to 7.
And then draw a card.
Use these 2 tactics.
Oh no!
Piercing strike.
If the enemy is stunned,
on
right?
Sandman.
Was that it? Deal 2 damage to enemy. If the enemy is stunned or confused, draw a card. She should have drawn a card. Oh well. I'm sure that's what she was thinking too.
Bringing him down to 7. I'm going to use these 2 tack team and piercing strike to play a piercing strike, which deals 3 damage to an enemy.
So her stat line is pretty high right now, right?
That will bring him down 6.
It should be +2 from aspect cards.
Now I've used an aspect card which does boost my thoughts. And I think I need to be careful here. So I've got 2, 3, 4 if I spend it on Spiderwoman.
Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah.
That to stay safe, I think. I'm going to use my tack team on Spiderwoman. I'm going to go ahead and do that to stay
Should be one
safe,
more.
I think. I'm going to use my tack team to do 2 damage to an enemy.
Okay.
And bring it down to 4.
No, that's your life. Don't do it.
Oh, I keep
Don't
using
do
the
it.
wrong counter. That is me. That brings him down to 2.
Perfect.
This near him. I would love to
That's
be
how
able
I
to
have to do it
finish
too.
it
I
off,
have to
but I
keep the
don't think I've
dials
got
super
any
far
way
away
to
from
do
each other.
it. I've used all my cards. I think it's over to him. So I'm going to ready everything and draw back up to 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. We find self-propelled glide, a piercing strike, pheromones, skilled investigator, and another self-propelled glide.
Interesting. Do a lot of ready ups this round. If you
Okay.
play things right, it's gonna be a little weird, but
Over to Sandman. We add 1 threat plus 1. That gets us up now to 5.
yep.
Sandman would attack, but he's going to discard stunned instead. And then
Yep.
I take my encounter card.
Yep.
I find Assault Treachery.
It's bad luck.
I'm in hero form, so unfortunately I just get attacked again. So he's going to attack me for 2 plus the boost. I've got a health of 6. Do I defend?
So you would be
defense is
defending
currently
3.
2.
Would be 3 because you played 2 aspect cards last
Yeah,
time.
I'm going to defend.
Okay.
And oh,
So there's
okay,
no anyway,
I'm
so it worked
not
out the same.
taking any attack. That at least is
That's good.
But City Streets will trigger.
No,
So I
it
have
doesn't
to discard
trigger.
5.
Because the card states that when Sandman attacks you, the attack deals indirect damage if your identity takes any amount of damage. So her identity didn't take any amount of damage, so thus City Streets doesn't happen.
5 cards.
Oops.
Yikes. Back over to me. He's only got 2 health left. So I think before I do anything else, I'm just going to use Tac Team and finish him off. So that finishes this one. And we move to Sandman number 2.
He gets
So
tough on
here
stage
he
2.
is.
He's a tough stage 2 villain.
He plays the same, but now he's got a 3 attack and a health of 18. So I think it's a bit of a race at this point. I just need to go really hard.
So also there's a 1 revealed effect that you have to resolve Searching Sand's ability, which is everyone's favorite. So she would be putting another counter on here and discarding a ton of cards. Stage 2, like Sandman's like legit hard. This whole scenario is legit hard.
To spend with my Justice 1 to use Self-Propelled Glide, which readies Spiderwoman.
Did she do anything with her
And she
Spiderwoman
gains
the first time?
Aerial until
Oh,
the
she
end
defended,
of
that's
the
right.
round. That's pretty cool. Don't know what it means yet.
Ariel
Thanks to
doesn't
the
do much
internet,
yet.
I have learned that Aerial is actually a trait, not a keyword, and might be referenced by other cards. So I'll keep an eye out for that.
Yeah, I don't know if
Put
there's
this
anything in
to
there
the
with her that does
side.
it, but
And so I'm going to
not in the
exhaust
pre-con at least.
Finesse and Self-Propelled Glide to pay for a piercing strike, dealing 3 damage to an enemy. And so that hits Sandman. He goes down to 15.
Okay. Hopefully
I
she
pheromones, I think.
clear city
Now, I
streets
did
or
use an
clear the main
aspect
scheme a bit
card,
and then
so
flip
I've
down.
got 1, 2, 3 thought, or I could attack city streets to bring this down. I think I'm going to do the thought and take 3 off.
Flip down now.
And then I am going to flip
Let's go.
over to Jessica.
Good move.
Once per round, I get to take the action to look here, and we see.
Oh, that's a bad card to
The
get.
boost will be 1. I don't think I can do anything else, so we will
She's having a rough time.
everything and draw
rough.
up. 1, 2. Gonna have to take another encounter card.
Yeah, it's always rough. So Sand Smash will now come out as her
So
encounter
I
card.
found Spider Girl, Contaminant Immunity,
Spider Girl's a good card.
Spider-Man, Captain Marvel, and Jessica Drew's Apartments.
That's only
Gosh, I
5.
guess
Oh,
all
she
my
kept
allies were
pheromones.
hanging out
Okay.
together.
So that's 6. Yeah, she got it right.
Well, we
1, 2,
get
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
the encounter card, which we actually know what it is because I'd already seen the top of the deck, and it's going to cause me to resolve Surging Sands. So place the
Not yet.
sand counter and we burn through, gosh, 6.
So she should get that top card should now be a face down boost card essentially. So it would just be down on the table until you get to the encounter phase. So first she's got to put the threat in the main scheme, and then Sandman would do his whole scheming thing, but he's confused, so like you wouldn't be wasting that card. So it's fine, but hopefully she remembers the rest of it.
Cards.
Oh, yeah, actually, you wouldn't discard all of these because that top card, whatever it is,
Yikes.
should be your next bad card.
Next, over to the bad guys, I think.
Possibly.
And because I'm in this mode, first of all, we'll add the 2 threat.
Yep, okay.
He would scheme, but he's
Correct.
confused, so I'm going to remove this instead.
Just kind of do things a little out of order, and
then I get an encounter
it messes
card.
up a little bit, but that's not a big
I
deal.
find a side scheme.
Ugh.
Dirt trap.
Okay.
So it's coming in with 1
She's going to try to rush it.
and I have to get rid of that before I can do anything about the main scheme, which is a little dangerous right now.
Yeah, that's rough. That's really rough.
Back over to me. I'm going to put Spider Girl out. She costs 2, but she's actually an aspect card. So I'm going to exhaust Finesse, and I need to pay 1 for it. I'll use Pheromones.
Get rid of Spider-Man. Oh, don't get rid of Pheromones.
Now, after you play Spider Girl from your hand, stun and confuse a minion, but unfortunately, I don't have any minions. Hey, you know what? I'm going to pay for it with Jessica Drew's apartment.
Yeah, there you go. Good job.
Instead, I'll use Jessica Drew's ability, and we find this sand form will be the next card coming from the encounter deck. So I'll pop it on top.
All right.
I'm going to flip over.
Okay.
Going to use these 2 to pay for Pheromones, which will again stun and confuse my enemy.
So she has +2 to each of her stat line from the aspect cards.
Then I will exhaust Spider Girl, which will do 1 damage.
2 damage. Oh, to her. One's consequential.
She's just going to thwart and get rid of this dirt trap.
So really quick, this is like a weird thing, but always do the stuff first and take consequential last. The proper order of things may matter for certain allies and how they trigger. Like Honey Badger, which is the signature ally of X-23, it kind of matters with that. But yeah, so she would thwart first, then the last thing you do is take the consequential damage.
But before she does it, I think I'm going to have to exhaust Spider-Woman and attack City Streets.
Oh, yeah,
so we'll get rid
smart.
of 3, 1, 2, and 3 because I played an aspect.
So she played 2 aspects, so it's really a 4th one she takes off.
Then I will use Spider Girl to get rid of Dirt Trap because that is now going to trigger City Streets.
So this only should be 3,
one
but
goes back on, and we go through 1, 2, 3, 4 cards. Oh my goodness! I just need to be attacking. This is tough. And I have no more attack in me. Nothing else I can do.
She did defeat a side scheme,
So I ready
right?
everybody.
Which would trigger Skilled Investor. After a side scheme is defeated, she would draw a card. It probably doesn't help her right now, unless it's like maybe a clear the area or something, just to help remove the 2 off of here. But
I will keep Captain Marvel, I think.
we'll see what this card is.
4 cards.
If she flips it over, it's going to be the top one.
Find
Oh, it'd be the interrogation room, so
interrogation room.
whatever.
I feel like I've seen a lot of that interrogation room.
Double.
And
Okay, this will help you play Captain Marvel.
Self-propelled glide.
That's not bad.
And clear the area.
Clear the area, okay.
I'm sure I'm playing her really poorly right now. I'm sorry.
It's all good. She's tough. She's really tough to play.
We can do this. We're going to have to put 2 threats on the scheme.
So wait, let's see. Would she have... So 2, 3, 4. She wouldn't be able to play self-propelled glide. The tricky thing with finesse is that you have to use it for an aspect card, and Captain Marvel and self-propelled glide aren't aspect cards. So it would be really nice if she could play Captain Marvel out there, and be able to use finesse to play this to ready up. But
he would attack.
It's gonna take at least like 2 more rounds.
He is stunned.
I think that was the right amount she put. I'm not 100% sure.
And then we get an encounter card. Loose ends treachery. So I need to find my obligation.
I can't remember Jessica Drew's if it's tough
Give
or
to
not.
the Jessica Drew player. You may flip to alter ego form. Choose to exhaust Jessica Drew and remove
I don't think she can put 3 on
abilities from the game, or place 3 threats on the main scheme. Well, that's
2,
would
3,
end
4,
the
5,
game.
6. Yeah, she can't do
So
that.
I am
Ugh.
going to have to flip
And
and then
exhaust.
exhaust Jessica Drew. This goes in my discard. Oh,
That gets
no.
removed from the game.
That removes uncertain loyalties from the game, but let's check this again. If you change to alter ego form, discard one random card from your hand.
Sad.
Okay, so we got to lose one.
And then the obligation was the
interrogation room that I lose.
It's a good card to lose. That's
okay.
fine. Yeah, that's a good one.
I'm going to spend
2, 3, 4.
all of
Okay.
these to put Captain Marvel
Good.
out.
Good play.
I'm going to use Spider-Girl to attack, which finishes her off, but it will do 2 damage to Sandman, bringing him down to 13.
She could exhaust Spider-Girl if she wants to reduce City Streets. I think she wouldn't take any damage.
For 2, bringing him down to 11.
You draw a card.
And after she uses a basic power, I get to draw a card.
So Spider-Girl attacked and should have taken consequential and gets knocked out. What I was saying before, I shouldn't have talked over, was Spider-Girl, she could exhaust it just to remove the City Streets thing by 2, but she doesn't take consequential damage because she's not actually doing an attack. It's a fun thing you can do in his.
Heroic intuition. And I think I will discard that. Oh, I needed to put 1 damage on Captain Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to refresh everyone. Then
Staying
we
down,
draw
good.
a 6
1, 2,
cards.
3, 4, 5, 6. Okay.
I find Inconspicuous.
Good card to get.
Skilled Investigator.
Okay.
Venom Blast.
Maybe make the push. Okay. Some
Combat
decent push in there.
training, Pheromones.
She
All right,
might have
people,
enough.
We've got to figure this out. He's got 11 damage on
5,
him.
6, 7.
What am I
8,
doing
9,
here? I got a bunch of attack cards. There's got to be a better way to
10,
do
11.
it.
She has the win if she can survive.
So we have to put 2 more threat on the main scheme, and that's getting me up to 8. So dangerous, but he's confused.
That's fine. Yeah, fine.
So this is simply
Still be
removed.
the Vans.
And then I get an encounter card. And I
Sand
find
clone's
a
fine. Ignore him.
sand clone minion. His
Ignore him.
attack
Go for the
is
win.
equal to the number of sand counters, so it's 4 currently. I'm going to flip straight over to my hero side and just hit him as hard as I can.
Smart.
So we'll use Spider-Girl.
Technically, she doesn't exist, but it's okay because I think she would still overkill by 2.
That brings him down to 9. I'm going to use Captain Marvel.
Yes.
For another 2 attack. That brings him down to 7 and gets me an additional card from my deck.
Yes. Oh, doubled. Really nice.
So that's great. It's giving me a bunch of
Yeah, she definitely has the win then, for sure.
Oh, I think I can do it. I think I can do it because
she's actually going to be able to do a lot of damage.
My Venom Blast. So that I will use Genius to pay for it.
Yep.
And that is going to do 5 damage to an enemy. So that brings him down.
So even if we didn't do Spider-Girl, she's still at 4,
and then
but we'll get to it in a
boom,
second.
I can just use Spider-Woman because I've got 1, 2.
So on top of that, so what she could do really quick, because there's more of a win here. So she does have 3 attack right now. And if she didn't use Spider-Girl, it'd be at 4, which is fine because she could play Press the Advantage with the finesse, let's say, and she can still get rid of Skilled Investigator and Combat Training to play for Pheromones. Pheromones, since it's a different aspect, will add +1 to everything. So she would have been able to Press the Advantage with another, or actually you do it the other way, sorry, you do Pheromones first because Press the Advantage will also allow you to draw a card if you really need it. But whatever. She could also, I think, 1, 2. Yeah, with the card drawn, she could also play Inconspicuous, which would add another 1 to her stat. So she could have swung for an aggression card, a leadership card, a justice card. So that would have been 3. Plus her combat training is 4. Plus she starts with 1 is 5. So like Spider-Woman could have swung for 5. Plus, like, again, Press the Advantage would have been another 2. So she would have been able to do plenty of damage. But she wasn't thinking that way because, you know, in your head, you only had 2 left, so that's all you had to deal with.
Whew, I did it, I think. I can't even imagine how many things I've skipped.
It's fine.
Am I getting better? I don't know.
Yes,
but that was
100%.
fun. This is a tough one for me.
This is very hard.
Because it's continuously, it's very thematic. The city streets are really filling up with sand. But that was fun. Yeah, that was
Good.
fun. So
That's all that
please,
matters.
again, let me know in the comments. A couple of
I'll pause it right there. So a big thing to note is obviously there's some rules mistakes, but there's always rules mistakes. So that's fine. A big thing to note was the indirect damage. If she had gotten like allies out there earlier, I don't think there's many in Jessica Drew's pre-con deck, unfortunately. But if she got the allies out there earlier, she could have put some of the indirect damage on. Again, if she wasn't giving herself enough boost, which is the same mistake I made with Spider-Woman. I think she did it right the first time and then did it not right subsequent times because it's just a weird thing. It's not, it doesn't make sense naturally to do. So I understand it 100%. Like, again, I struggled with this for a long time. But like Spider-Woman can get like to +5 is like her getting out combat training and heroic intuition early on was nuts because it's just like she's a 2/2/1 hero essentially, and then you play 2 aspect cards, and now you're a 4/4/3 whatever hero. Like that's insane stat line. It wasn't too hard for her to play those cards. It was actually really really good. So, yeah, it's just if she had known that, it would have changed so many dynamics of this game as well. There were small rules mistakes, nothing too glaring. We all forget encounter cards now and again. So, anyway, well done, Queen of the Board. Hopefully she's enjoying it. Hopefully she's liking it. Hopefully videos like this help out so that you can see in real time some gameplay. It's always, let me rephrase it too. It's always easier for me to sit here and just like watch than like me play. Cause I probably missed a rule or two that was missed just because I'm not paying 100% attention. I'm paying mostly attention. But it's easier for a bystander to watch the game because we're not focused on, okay, what's this turn? What's this move? What's this next one? So, good on her for, again, showing off this video and showing off this because this is a really, really helpful tool to people. I think this is phenomenal and amazing because, again, we all make rules mistakes, and being able to watch someone play the game and watch their strategy and then being able to like figure out the rules mistakes as we go along. Absolutely fantastic. So well done on her. Love this video. And I want to thank Tracy for letting me do this.